that dude Pro Live, and we back with episode 47, Fatherhood, Hip Hop, and Sports. Man, first and foremost, I just want to give thanks to the Creator, giving little old me this opportunity to still be in the number. I want to give a special shout out to all the mothers out here across the world. You guys rock. You guys are amazing. You guys are the focal point, the glue stick to this whole life experience. Life without the mother would be so empty, would be so vague. So I'm very, very thankful to the women. Fatherhood would be nothing without you guys. So thank you to all of the women across the universe, man. You guys are very important to life. To all the fathers, when I think of fatherhood, one of the first things that comes to mind is nurturing. Fatherhood is a stage in our lives where it's something. It's something. It's not something you are, but it's something you become. And I must admit, these last 4 or 5 years of my life, I become very connected, very obligated, very optimistic about this fatherhood thing. And I just want to say to all the fathers, let's just keep continuing to love them. Let's keep continuing to be interested in our kids. And let's keep continuing to show them their value and that they're understood. Fatherhood is one of the most precious gifts the Most High has given me. I'm very thankful, very mindful for it each and every day. And I can't even imagine how life would truly be at this current point in my life without my 2 babies. So big special shout out to all of the fathers out here across the world. You guys rock. You guys are amazing. I want to send a special shout out to Coach Prime, Coach Deion Sanders, man. He was talking about fatherhood in an interview, in a post-interview after their victory on Thursday night over North Dakota State. And one of the main things that stood out to me in that interview was about black men. You know, we have been labeled. We have been stereotyped for many, many years at being garbage fathers, being garbage providers. That was something that kind of irked my soul when I got this opportunity to start this, this podcast, start this creative space when we're thinking about fatherhood, hip hop, and sports. Because don't get me wrong, I know the fatherhood, hip hop, and sports agenda, the motive. It means a lot to all kinds of people, except other than me. I know I'm not the only one out here in this world that has a fond love for fatherhood, hip hop, and sports. But to me, I felt it was very necessary when I started this thing to stay passionate. Talk about things that meant a lot to me. Talk about things that I felt it could relate to other people's lives as well. And I'm excited. I'm excited about everything that is to come with this thing. I'm excited about the work that needs to be put in with this thing to help it reach the impeccable heights that, we all hope and dream for when we put our works and our time and our energy into things. We want it to be the best it can possibly be. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you to Coach Prime for being such a inspiration, for being a father figure to all of the fatherless, men out here across the country. You've done a very remarkable job with your program. It don't take a rocket scientist to see the things that you're promoting. And I just want to say I love you. I'm excited about the season that's ahead of you guys. And I know you're going to take it one game at a time, possession at a time. And I know fatherhood is something that you take very, very serious. And one of the main things that stood out to me in that interview was the fact that in order to really be successful at fatherhood, the number one thing, and this come from Coach Prime, this didn't come from Pro Live, this come from a more reputable name. And it stood out to me that he said one of the most important things about fatherhood is being visible, being present, being there, showing up. You know, not what you got to give, but your time, your love, your affection, your attention. That's what kids thrive off the most when, as parents, when we're giving that and when we're transparent with our energy. The kids can feed off of that. The kids can real life take that as motivation, take that as a spark, and go to places that they want to go with that thing. So big special shout out to Coach Prime, man. You rock, you're amazing, and I hope and pray your season is nothing short of amazing. Hip hop, man. When I think about hip hop, I think about the art. I think about the creativity juices. I think about taking sound and you turn it into word form and you paint a picture and you tell a story and you put it with these melodies, and your intentions as an artist, of course, you will hope that it reaches the masses, it inspires, it motivates, it uplifts as many people as possible. And when we're talking about inspirations and motivators, Billie Eilish, man, when I did some homework this morning, and this is not to discredit any other source of information, news, and things that provide analytics, the stats, the data in regards to this thing we love called hip hop, music, entertainment. From a global perspective, Miss Billie Eilish is dominating the charts. I've seen, from a global perspective, Billboard Top 200. Man, this girl had maybe 5, 6 songs in the top 50. That's just the top 50. That ain't even counting the other 150 songs. She was the most seen artist on that list of 200 songs, 200 different types of melodies that are constantly playing on the airwaves across the globe, not just the U.S., across the globe. U.S.-wise, we all know who's been dominating the airwaves this past 3 to 4 months. It's been Mr. K-Dot, Compton, California native, a Pulitzer Prize winner native, one of the very few that's still alive. His whole demeanor, style, energy is a curriculum. You know, they teaching Kendrick Lamar's album in colleges and institutions. You can't sleep on something like that. When the work you've done has reached the masses in that kind of magnitude, that's deep. That's deep. Big shout out to Lady Gaga. I see her and Bruno Mars got a hit song out right now. Lady Gaga been real life low key the last 2 3 years. Seemed like she disappeared when COVID hit. Uh, but she has an extreme fan base. She has a lot of fans that are patiently always waiting on her to deliver something. And seems like her and Bruno Mars got a real life hit. They was right there behind Billy with the second top song across the globe. So at the end of the day, Billy, Lady Gaga. Also, big shout out to Sabrina Carpenter. Haven't really been a fan of her music. Gotta tap into her because I seen her name on that top 50 list about two, three, four times as well. And this is an artist that I don't have a lot of knowledge of her, but to say, well, to not even mention her is bliss, it's ignorance. So I had to mention Miss Sabrina because her work has spoke for itself. So you got to speak on people that are putting in the work. You know, I seen her name on that global list multiple times, and I thought it was very necessary to give her flowers this morning and shout her out. So big special shout out to you, Miss Carpenter. Stay blessed, stay motivated. Keep polluting the airways with positivity, good energy, because that's what's gonna keep you on those Billboard top 100 and top 200 lists, whether it's United States wise or globally. Keep doing your thing, Queen. Your work is really speaking for itself. Big shout out to Post Malone. He was also on that list of artists as well. I truly feel that he has so much work ahead of him. So, at the end of the day, big shout out to Post Malone, everything you got going on, what you doing. I've been seeing you popping up in movies the last few years. White Iverson, it was not a one-hit wonder. You've come back and doubled down after that and blessed us with a lot of classics, a lot of hits that, from a global perspective, man, you have a real crazy fan base. I feel like you're one of those artists that you don't have to do no more music to this day. And your name will forever live on because you got a very extreme fan base that really supports you and pours into you. So it's been a pleasure and an honor to see your growth, to watch you elevate in the game. And I can only imagine how deeper things are going to get, moving forward. But when we talk about hip hop, we just got to be mindful that everything everybody's out here doing, we're really set to just inspire. We're really set to put some out here into the atmosphere with great intentions that this is gonna, put people in a good space. This is good energy. This is feel good stuff. This is pump you up stuff. And when I think of good hip hop, man, that's pretty much what gets me going. Good stuff. I don't care if it's Billie Eilish. I don't give a fuck if it's Lady Gaga. I don't care if it's Post Malone, K. Dot. Shit, I don't care who it is, man. As long as it gets me going, got some message, got some substance to it. Pro left rocking with it, man. Also, big special shout out, man, to the H-Town legend, man, Mr. Scarface. I heard here the last few days he was in some critical conditions. I don't know if a lot of y'all know, but OG Face, man, he been dealing with some health stuff, man, the last 3-4 years. I know for sure throughout COVID. There was a few times that he was in ICU. I don't know Kobe. I don't know if Kobe hit him one time during that span and took him down up under there. But I can truly say that this guy has been a trailblazer to the culture. Billboard had him on as one of the top 50 MCs of all time. So you have to give a person his flowers of this magnitude because uh, not only has his peers dubbed him as one of the greatest to ever do it, but he has an extreme fan base. I mean, when you think of Texas, the first thing comes to mind when you think of art, UGK, et cetera, et cetera. But you got to think about the pioneers, the people that laid the foundation for people like UGK and your Sauce Walkers and your Lil Flips and your Paul Walls, your Comedianaires, et cetera, et cetera. Uh, these guys, man, and when I say these guys, I'm just saying the ghetto boys like Willie D, rest in peace, Bushwick Bill. But Scarface, man, Scarface has always been a flamethrower. Scarface got tracks with some of the elites that a lot of people don't even know he got songs with. You know, so let's hope and pray that OG gets a speedy recovery and he bounce back and he can get back to his family and get back to doing what he loved to do, which is record and doing music, man. Also, big special shout out to the Boot, man, to the NO. I just hope and pray, man, the Cash Money family, the Hot Boys. I just hope and pray y'all can get it right. I grew up to your music. Y'all guys' music was a soundtrack to my childhood, but it kind of breaks your heart and puts you in a very empty space when you got people that can't coexist. You got people that can't just come together for a greater cause and give the people what they need. And that's one thing I can truly say I've been hearing Lil Turk say in numerous interviews. He just want to give the people what they need, what they want. But it seems like to me he has went out on the limb and kind of threw the team under the bus. Said some things about Birdman that BG and Birdman ain't really pleased with. So they kind of disowning him right now. But one thing I can say about Big Homie Turk, he still dropping music. Turk is in a happy space. Turk is married. He ain't letting the time and the things that he went through, from his personal life. He's not allowing any of that to stop his joy. So I can't get too much caught up into all of the deep politics of what really happened and what caused this chaos in these guys' relationship. But what I will say, we need people like Juvie and Wayne, man, to de-escalate this. Because it will be very major, dude, if you four can get on a stage and yet alone, let's not even think about a tour. Cause man, if you guys would go on a little tour right now and just to perform a lot of those hits that y'all made in the late 90s and the early 2000s, I think a lot of the Cash Money fans, Hot Boy fans, would be very, very satisfied if you guys put all y'all pride to the side and came together for a greater cause. So, big special shout out to the NO, man, BG Turk. I hope and pray y'all can find some kind of way and be brothers again. I know that's going to be very hard because I know you guys are very loyal people to the streets, to y'all belief systems, and I won't get too deep into that because I don't know what happened. It wasn't there, but what I do know is I enjoyed all of y'all music. Big special shout out to Tunchi, man. Um, Probably the smartest one out of the crew. He always know how to stay out the way. He's always learned how to just do him, and I think that's why we've always kind of had him on a pedestal over everybody else. Even though Juvie was the older statesman in the crew, but Wayne had a different hunger. He had a different work ethic than the other guys in the crew did, and the work speaks for itself. So that's why Mr. Carter, is dubbed as probably one of the dopest MCs to ever pick up a microphone. And we talking about a guy that's been doing it since he was 14, 15 years old, as far as we know. But when you go back and just listen to a lot of the documentaries, the interviews, and just talking to a lot of his peers, yeah, these guys been doing this. Wayne been doing this thing since like he was 12, 13. But I hope and pray Cash Money as a whole can kind of get it together. If they're not gonna go on tour, let's stop the beats, let's stop the nonsense, and let's find some love and let's find some peace and let's get along. 'Cause, that's what the media and the industry want. They want to see black men crashing out on each other. Especially the state of Louisiana, they want to see black men crashing out on each other because they got somewhere for you. And they don't mind giving your ass life in prison without parole. So, please, I'm begging all of the representatives of Cash Money that's on Team BG or Team Turk, please let's promote more health, more longevity, more peace, more prosperity, to both of these gentlemen, because I think it's real life people out here that's ready to see one of them just crash out and go right back to where they just came from, which is prison. It's a prison gang. So let's stay free and let's give the people what they need. Sports, oh man. Before I say anything about football, baseball, basketball, anything, I just want to take a 10-second moment of silence for the Gardura brothers out of New Jersey. We all are aware that the Columbus Blue Jackets have lost an extended family member from their organization. Him and his brother were struck by a drunk driver in New Jersey area where they both were from. Sad part about that, man, these guys were in town to pay respects to their little sister that was about to get married. And they both died on the scene. Death is always hard. But when you lose your life in that kind of fashion, in that kind of, manner, it don't feel good. It don't feel right. So let's take a little 10-second moment of silence for the Gardner brothers, to their family, to the Columbus Blue Jacket family. Let's sing a very, very special shout out to them. Amen. Man, my heart hurts for those guys, for their families, man. 31 years old. Brother was 28, 29. The whole sports world has been very heartfelt since this story broke news. And I just hope and pray the Most High take care of y'all soul like I know he will. And I can only imagine that the Columbus Blue Jackets this year are going to be playing with a little chip on their shoulder. Just due to the fact that what just happened to their brother. in the sports world. Baseball. This is where we at, guys. 27 games left. The pennant races, the division races are getting very tight. I think the tightest of the tightest has to be the American League East. Yankees and the Orioles, it's been tight pretty much all season long, game or two, about a game apart. Yankees got about a game and a half lead, but all it takes is one bad series or two, and next thing you know, all you've worked so hard for all year long, it can just slip away just like that. Both of those teams have been playing remarkable baseball. Big shout out to Aaron Judge, who probably will be the AL MVP this year. I know he's very happy. Othone took his services to the National League, so he's clear-cut the American League MVP this year. Dude is on pace to have another 60-plus home a year campaign. Leads the league in RBIs. He should finish with close to about $130 in RBIs. So it's been such a pleasure to watch the Soto and Aaron Judge connection in 1 year. See how this thing can really formulate, see how it can really take place. And it's been such a pleasure to watch it and witness this. I've already spoke on it in previous episodes. We know Aaron Boone, World Series or nothing. Pinstripes do not, compete just to make the playoffs. Pinstripes is about winning championships. And it's been 15 seasons since the New York Yankees hosted that trophy. And I know for a fact that it's time to win in the Bronx. It's time to win, or else you got to go, Aaron Boone. You got all the talent. You got all the tools around you. Now drill it into these guys' head and get them to buy into your system so you guys can go out there and doing this fall classic. Hopefully y'all bringing the trophy number 27 back to the Bronx, man, because Yankees compete for championships just like the Lakers. NL Central, man, Milwaukee kind of has it in a chokehold. They got a 10-game lead over the Cubs. Cubs have turned things around here drastically. The offensive young core they have been crushing the baseball here lately, things that they should have been doing all season long. I know they had some of their key pieces in and out of the lineup the first few months. Maybe that was a part of why they started out so slow. But they got a lot of real estate ahead of them. And with 27 games left, it's time to win right now. Or else y'all offseason finna be coming real soon. NL East, Philadelphia Phillies still got a 5-game lead over my Atlanta Braves. Atlanta Braves took it to them yesterday by the score 7-2. Big shout out to Mr. R. Lopez. He was lights out, 6+ innings of great baseball. Kept one of the most explosive ball clubs. Held them to 1 run before you went out of the game yesterday. So I find that very remarkable at this time of the year where you got a pitcher that's keeping an offensive unit like that intact. And you did that yesterday, Mr. Lopez, and the Atlanta Braves is going to need a lot of that from you because they're probably like 4 or 5 games behind Arizona and the Padres as well for those wild card spaces. They can be done. They can catch them, but it's a matter of they gonna have to win. So, big shout out to the Braves, man. You guys got to keep winning, got to keep doing your thing, and let everything play itself out. NL West, man. NL West is come down to a 3-game rodeo. It's a 3-game rodeo. We already know who at the top of the top. They were the first team to win 80 games. Tony came straight over from Anaheim, right across the street. The freeway went right in there to that Dodger blue, and been playing like he been there all his career. That's a true definition of a ball player. That's a true definition of a professional. And it's been such a pleasure in the first year watching this guy do what he loves to do, and that's play baseball. He clearly will probably be the National League MVP. First one to probably do it in a long time, win MVPs in 2 different conferences. And I haven't seen a National League player that's more complete than him this season. So he probably will win his 3rd MVP. And he did most of this at the plate. He ain't really pitched a lot this year. So he did a lot of this just hitting the ball. I know a lot of people criticized him the last previous seasons, being that his pitching and things that he brings to the game were one of those main elements into what led him to getting the MVP over a lot of other good players. But at the end of the day, the dude has been such a force. He's been such a pleasure to watch play baseball. This is such a very sad thing to see things playing out with Trout. But
hey man, you blind ask you anything about me you don't know.
Yes, sir.
Because they don't tell me you ain't my business.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, young fella?
At the end of the day, guys, I think it's very important that we stay mindful that Ohtani was a generation of talent that the Anaheim Angels lost, and they're probably about to lose Mike Trout as well. That organization just can't catch a break, but I know it's something great in store for them. Where did they go wrong at? I don't really know. I feel like they've been cursed for a long time. I've been the stepbrother to the Dodgers for many years, even though they both only got 1 championship to show. So when you think about the last 22 years, the biggest market city in the entire country, at least both of their teams have a championship. And Anaheim won theirs before the Dodgers. So, big special shout out though to Ohtani, to Trout. They are holding it together, and I know for a fact that they will find a home for Trout, man, because that's a generation of talent that deserves a space, a place to call home. But American League Central, man, that's another 3-way type division. Cleveland was winning the division all year long and lost the lead to KC here just a few days ago. Minnesota kind of been a stepchild all year long. They allowed KC to catch them, and Cleveland still has a 2-game lead in that division, but there's 27 games left, and a lot of things can change in 27 games. But let's keep eye on the American League Central. Those 3 teams have played tremendous baseball all season long. They all somewhat deserve to be in the postseason, but it's going to come down to who wanted more. So let's see how all of that plays out. American League West, man, Seattle. Seattle just been a fucking 500 baseball club all year long. They had their division in a chokehold due to the poor and awful start the Houston Astros gave us, but then they turned it on. The Astros hit another notch. They hit another gear. And here we are that time of the year, and they back to playing Astro baseball. You can't count them out. This team has been the most disturbing, mind-fucking organization in the last 7 years, man. They just won't go away. No matter how bad you try to put it, they just won't go away. So they got a 4-game lead in that division. There's 27 games left. Seattle, if you want it, you better go take it. The time is now. But Houston, on the other end, I think they got their eyes on another division crown, and they ready to play October baseball. So big special shout out to the Astros, man. Y'all constantly keep doing it year after year after year. Y'all plug in coaches, it don't matter. You guys just have a winning formula down there in Space City, man. And I can't wait to see you guys live. I'm going to a game here in 2 weeks. They're going to be in town, possibly a World Series matchup. Padres, Houston. Should be interesting. But yeah, I'm taking my kids to a game on like the 16th, the weekend of the 16th. I want to go see Altuve and Alvarez in person. Hopefully catch Verlander that day. If not, that's cool. But I'm going to catch one of those games in that series because Houston has been a team that I've always admired. You know, I've admired how they put things together. I mean, and that's despite the cheating scandal and all of that, because I feel like every organization, every team, any professional sports, everybody's looking for an angle. Everybody's looking for a way they can have a one-up on the opponent. So I won't go out on a limb and do all this digging and probing and searching and just go out on a limb and bash this organization as cheaters and people that didn't do it right, because you constantly keep seeing year after year after year. You can put any kind of label on this team and they still gonna play baseball. They still gonna crush the baseball. So you kind of have to consider this whole cheating scandal thing, because the team just keep going to play ball, man. They played in the most World Series. They won the most World Series in the last 7 years than anybody else. And I think it's very, very important that we give this organization, this team, the flowers. Like that whole Altuve, Bregman duo. It's been a very special thing to witness. It's been a very special thing to watch. So let's just see how everything's going to play out in the American League West, which I kind of already got an idea. It's going to be Houston. Seattle going to fade away just like they always been. But that's one fan base that I know is very distraught. They're very angry. They're very upset because they've had ample amount of talent over the years, and they just haven't seemed to be able to, figure it out when it matters the most. So, yeah, big special shout out, man, to the Houston Astros guys. NFL, NCAA football season is back. We're back, man. It's that time of the year. We've made it through this brutal schedule of baseball. Now we're back to the real thing, football. And to start things off with, man, today, NCAA, first full official Saturday of college football. We're going to start our sleigh off with the Clemson Tigers going down to Athens and take on Carson Beck and the number 1 ranked University of Georgia Bulldogs. They got my Bulldogs favored at a -13.5, over under at 48.5. I'm loving the red and black, man. Loving the red and black. Carson Beck, that offense, have a lot to prove. They got snubbed, of course, last year, but we all saw what they did at Florida State. We all saw the elbows, the hands, and all of that they put on those guys. So this is another test. This is another ACC team that think they ready for y'all. So let's give them what they've been asking for. That game started at 9 a.m. Pacific time, noon Eastern time. And that's one of our marquee games this weekend that I look very forward to seeing. Miami at Florida. They got Miami favored -2.5 going down to the Swamp. I think that's going to be a very intense atmosphere. The Hurricanes going to be deep up in there, up in Gainesville. Hurricanes and the Gators. Oh, man, that's going to be classic environment, classic energy to start your college football season off with. So don't know who to lean in what side to lean on that end, but just looking for some good football, some physical football, and let's see how the outcome plays out. Notre Dame going down to Texas Station, man. They got Notre Dame +3 at Texas A&M. We got Notre Dame, number 17 in the country, getting a field goal. Texas A&M on the other end, they're number 20 in the country, and they're favored by a field goal at home. I hate -3s at home. I hate teams that just got away by a field goal at home. So with my expertise at this over the years, you gotta go Notre Dame. You gotta take the points. You gotta just hope and pray that them being a better ball club and having better talent than A&M will show in the end of that game. But who knows how it's gonna all shape out. These college teams, they normally be up for those first games of the season, especially when they're home. So let's just see how all of that plays out, man, with Notre Dame and A&M. Shador, man, Shador looked great Thursday night. Big shout out to Travis Hunter and Jimmy Horn, man. Those guys played like two of the best receivers in the country. Jimmy Horn looks very elusive. Run clean routes, catch everything, and got breakaway speed. But the defense, man, I'm worried about your defense, Coach Prime. We got to get your defense right. Shouldn't have gave up 20 points to Colorado, North Dakota State at the half. Y'all played much better in the second half. You held them to only 6 points, but I know it was week 1. I know you got the jitters and the butterflies all out your system. So now, moving forward, you should see some, a little bit more overall clean football from the Buffaloes. But Shador looked great. The ball was snapping out of his hand. All of his reads were on point. Dude's just a gamer too. Two just a gamer, man. So if you got something ill to say about Two, then something wrong with you. If you see watching what I'm watching, the dude future's very bright. And I also saw an article to where they saying that they're linking him to the Cowboys. I can see that happening because that bullshit Trey Lance just pulled the other night. Had a monstrous game, but you threw 5 interceptions. Like I remember he was at 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. How the hell you finish the game with 3 more picks? But see, that's lack of playing. That's lack of seeing the field. That's lack of real time. And I feel bad for a guy of his magnitude because he supposedly have his own team right now. I didn't see the 49ers getting rid of him the way they did, but they made an executive decision that they thought was best for their organization moving forward. So, big special shout out to the 49ers though. They keep winning. They keep plugging people in and keep getting positive results. But Trey Lance, man, I must admit, you have had a very, very tough shoot, man. But stay being a professional. Stay within the moment, and something good will come out of all of this. But I don't think you're gonna be the guy behind Dak Prescott if something goes wrong. So be on the lookout for the Shedeur Sanders connection to Dallas. I mean, the kid was born a little bit outside of Dallas. So don't be surprised that he pop up out of nowhere down in the blue and silver, man, being drafted by the Cowboys. But that's been pretty much my sports segment this week, guys. Episode 47, Fatherhood, Hip Hop, and Sports. I apologize for the delay. Wasn't on schedule last Saturday like I was supposed to. Had a very trying week. Went through some betrayal. Went through some slandering of my character from people that I've been way more than good to. Done way more for them than they can ever do for me. And that beats us down mentally, emotionally sometimes, and it throws us out of our consistent phase. And I promised you guys that I was going to stay consistent this time. I was going to stay hungry this time and stay passionate this time. And I just wasn't myself this entire week. I mean, I still had to be a father, still had to go to work, still had to be respectful out here in these, these Dago streets and this society as a whole. You still got to be mindful and respectful that, we're sharing this universe with everybody, with one another. So there's no way that I was going to sit here and allow another week to go by without, getting back to it as promised. So I just want to send a special shout out to all the subscribers, man, to all of the people that have taken a chance on Little Old Pro Live, just to chime in to what I got going on in my life, to some of the things that matter to me, that mean something to me. And I think we finally found a niche for the Saturday morning episodes now. So Saturday mornings, I'll be going live at 6 a.m. Pacific time, which would be 9 a.m. Eastern time. And it's only right because at 9, man, I'm going to be watching football. I'm going to be in the middle of the moment. So I can't be going live trying to do a podcast when, the sports and all of the shit that I'm talking about is going on. So I need to be watching it so I'm prepared for next week to give y'all some hot updates and things that I know you're going to see it on ESPN, but just hear from a different journalist perspective. Because that's what we're promoting over here at Fatherhood Hip Hop and Sports. We're not promoting no hate. We're not trying to compete with nobody. We're just doing what we love to do, putting our little razzle-dazzle twist on it, and just hope and pray that it uplifts, it inspires, and motivates somebody, and hope and pray the right people catch on to what I got going on and want to possibly help me grow what I got going on one day. Because one thing about it, we all need a team. We all need people that's going to help us see the vision through. And that's where I'm at in my life, guys. I'm just trying to see everything through that I put my hands into. I put my mind into it, put my heart into it. I'm just trying to see things through. But I know the only way you can see things through, you gotta keep working hard. Gotta keep grinding hard. So with that being said, guys, te amo más. It's a lot of love. It's a lot of care. It's a lot of respect from me to the YouTube world, to the YouTube family. Thank you guys for giving Little Old Pro Live this opportunity, this platform. And I can't wait to hop back on with y'all next time, man. Episode 48, next Saturday, will be a very, very special edition. I can't blow the cover yet, but when I hop on live with y'all next Saturday, man, it's gonna be, it's gonna be a very, beautiful scenery. I give y'all a little clue. It's gonna be a very beautiful scenery. It's gonna be a very special day, and yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait, guys. Until then, episode 48, Fatherhood Hip Hop and Sports is on the way next Saturday, September the 7th, and let's get to it. Te amo más. Mucho, mucho, mucho. Hasta la vista.